going on, everybody? A little bit of a late start coming into Tucson. We got loaded. It was a late day anyway, so went and hooked up the trailer at 6 a.m. and then my rears on the trailer were at 40 psi, so they essentially leaked out halfway. Excuse me. But drove across the street to a tire shop that we used from the scrapyard that I worked at, and they got me, one was actually leaking, one just needed to get pulled out, and it held air fine. So got them pumped back up to 80 and headed over to the fence and barn company to get loaded. And when I got there, I was only planning on a drop in Sonoyta and Safford, but then they had something super small that was going to Vail, which is right off of the 10 when you go to Sonoyta. So doesn't add any time, and it gets some stuff out of there. So they threw it on, and that's our first stop, 30 minutes away, driving past, pretty much getting into downtown Tucson right now, the dirty T. But try it, maybe get a video of unloading it. Well, it's just when I fucking sweat like a mother. But go get this first chunk emptied and then head down to Sonoya, something like that. A little update as I bounce down this washed out road for some reason. We're on the 10, just past Benson, 86 miles away from our next drop off and last in Safford. It's been good. I mean, this Power Stroke is just a workhorse. I would still want to do a dedicated video, and I don't know when this is actually going to come out, but tell you guys about it. I was just going through, like, to get to Sahuarita, whatever, something like that. There's some pretty gnarly 6 and 7% mountains, and this was the first mountain I'd done in this with this load, with this truck. We probably have 10,000 on the rear. We're right at 26. We were before I started emptying it, but so fully loaded, going through the mountain, and watch your fucking temps climb if you have one of these Edge, Insight, you know, whatever it's called. Engine oil and transmission fluid got up to 235, and they just stay there, and transmission's still like trying to cool down. It's at 220, but engine oil's at 210. And then engine coolant, when it gets over 215, you have a, like, the coolant gauge on the dash changes from just the hot and cold, and it'll tell you its actual temperature, but I mean, it's already telling me the temperature up on my edge. So it came down to, going down a mountain way back there, it was all the way down to 186. Now it's at 205, just kind of climbing up again. But this thing's just a workhorse, and before I even got this truck, I read online, these just like to run hot. Especially if you come from Cummins, don't be scared of the temperatures. That's exactly what I was, because the 68 RFE transmission, 215, you can start running into issues and it starts getting real hot. But this transmission doesn't start, you know, having any signs of temperature issue until 350. I read on a forum that when they came out with this transmission, I'll put out what transmission it is, but the six speed in the 2017 with a 4-wheel drive, this transmission, they stress test at 350 degrees for 4 hours straight. Or it was 4 days or something crazy. And so it's just meant it's meant to just run, it just wants to run warm, and we're climbing up a grade a little bit right now, and my engine oil's 225, same with the transmission. It's kind of weird how they always they will kind of fall in line together, but engine coolant's at 212, and we're just getting, it's just up and down grades, you kind of see it. But this is awesome. It's super comfy, you know. It's so much better than a single wheel. Holy Christ, look at that hill. Might drop down a couple and drop it to 5th, not piss it off. But it's super comfy, and you definitely, once you've driven with a dually, you don't want to pull a trailer with a single rear wheel. I didn't really think I didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal until I started doing the same exact loads. The thing, a sight to behold. I didn't think it'd be a big deal until I started doing the same exact loads, and you could just feel it, kind of night and day. Yeah, let's drop a gear. All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit. I don't know why I want to pick up cameras when I'm on a washed out road, but finish number 3, and we are in Safford right now. Let me just get headed back home, and I'll make another video. I'm exhausted. I think I made a video of this last week. So I went to Thornton last week to deliver some pipes, and I just took the same route. Damn, so I wonder if I'm gonna have crazy hills, or if it's gonna take me through Superior. We'll see. If I get, not Superior, I think they would be another, I think I would have a turn off, but it's just telling me to keep on straight. And yeah, there's the steakhouse in front of the slaughterhouse. That's insane. I made a Snapchat about that. Wow. They cover it. It's cows. That's crazy. Quick update. Made it through Globe, Superior, Miami, or other way around, maybe. But we're coming up, I think just like Mesa or Apache Junction is what they'd call it. It's just the 60 all the way down Globe, pretty much. First real long haul with this truck. I mean, I still wouldn't pull with a single wheel for sure. And everybody is telling me, you got the right truck, you got the right truck. But it just runs so much warmer than the Cummins, and it's it's nerve-wracking if you're not ready for it. Railroad crossing right here? That's crazy. It's been paved over on the highways, but there's still, it's like they could still go over it if they needed to. I'm just exhausted, dude. A lot of driving. Probably 500 miles by the time I get, 600 by the time I get home probably. But the truck does phenomenal. It pulls weight like it's supposed to, and then it gets warm, but then it cools itself like it's supposed to. So I'd be coming up the mountains loaded, and then as soon as I come over the crease, temperatures start dropping and starts calming down. But it's like clockwork, because if you're just going up and down, it'll do it again and then cool, and then do it again and cool. But I guess that, it's just supposed to do that, and that means it's working as it should. I'm super grateful everything worked out with this truck, and I'm able to pull my loads with it, and I'm finishing up CDL school and gonna be able to do more stuff like that. But yeah, so that's kind of just what the temperatures are cruising. Depends on the hills, depends what you're doing, and traffic. But this thing is a workhorse. It's just, it wants to pull a trailer. It feels horrible when you're not pulling a trailer. But you just have 6,000 pounds over that rear end. It'll feel a whole lot better. What the fuck is out there? That's so crazy. We're gonna go drop this trailer at the yard so I don't have to take it home all weekend, and drop off some checks so I can get paid from something else. But just keep headed towards Phoenix, man. 40 minutes from our drop the trailer off. But appreciate y'all watching. I doubt I'm gonna film something else today. How's that? Hope you guys have a good one. Later.